There's a common belief that aging is inevitably tied to illness, weakness, and decline. For many people, entering their 60s, 70s, or 80s comes with the quiet resignation that energy levels will fall, memory will fade, independence will be compromised, and health will become a daily battle. But what if that narrative isn't always true? What if you could age with vitality, resilience, and strength, not by luck, but by living intentionally? My name is Margaret, and I'm 90 years old. I still drive myself to the grocery store, the library, and even my weekly church meetings. I garden, volunteer at the senior center, and go on daily walks. I haven't had a cold in over 2 decades, haven't been on prescription medication since I turned 65, and haven't spent a single night in the hospital since I gave birth to my youngest child nearly 60 years ago. Some may call it luck or good genes, and yes, I'm grateful for those. But I truly believe that the reason I've stayed strong, mobile, and illness-free for the last 25 years comes down to 4 core habits I've followed without fail. This isn't a magic formula or a list of expensive supplements. I don't chase health fads or trendy routines. What I've done is simple, consistent, and rooted in common sense. And it works. Now, I know that everyone's body is different. Some of us face challenges that are out of our control. But I also believe deeply that many of us can live healthier, more vibrant lives, even in our senior years, by taking better care of our minds and bodies in practical ways. This video is not about showing off or pretending I'm invincible. I have wrinkles, sometimes forget names, and move slower than I did in my 40s. But I'm still here, still engaged, and still independent. And if sharing my story can help even one fellow senior feel encouraged, empowered, or inspired to make a change, then it's worth every word. Let me be clear, aging doesn't have to mean fading away. Many seniors start accepting aches and fatigue as just part of getting older. And yes, aging brings changes, that's natural. But decline doesn't have to be dramatic. In fact, with the right habits, many people can delay or reduce the severity of the common health issues that plague the elderly, like heart disease, diabetes, depression, and cognitive decline. If you're enjoying this and want more real-life senior health tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more amazing people like you. Here's something I've learned over the years. Longevity isn't about how many years you live. It's about how well you live the years you have. I've watched many of my friends slow down dramatically because they assumed there was no other choice. They gave up driving, stopped walking regularly, watched TV most of the day, ate out of convenience instead of nourishment, and avoided social contact due to fatigue or fear. That's when decline truly sets in, when your mind and body stop being used. But your health is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Let me take you back a few decades. At 65, I retired from teaching and moved into what many people would call the slow lane. I noticed that some of my colleagues, once they stopped working, started to deteriorate quickly. They lost their purpose, their daily routine, and their health began to decline. I didn't want that for myself. I decided that if I was going to live into my 70s, 80s, and 90s, I wanted to do it on my terms, healthy, alert, and mobile. So, I made 4 habits the center of my life. I didn't just do them occasionally, I made them non-negotiable. They became part of my identity, the way brushing your teeth becomes part of your day. They were small decisions that added up over time and paid off in ways I couldn't imagine. What's more, these habits are not difficult. You don't need fancy gym memberships, expensive equipment, or rare ingredients. They are accessible to almost anyone willing to put in the effort and consistency. They aren't a secret, but they are often overlooked because they require intention and patience. 2 things modern life doesn't always prioritize. I'll be sharing each of these habits in the next section, not just what they are, but why they work, how I use them, and how you can start incorporating them into your life today, no matter your age or current health. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80 and wondering if it's too late to feel better, the answer is absolutely not. I've spoken at senior centers, community halls, and women's groups, and I always tell people this. Aging doesn't mean surrendering, it means adjusting, smartly, strategically, and kindly. I may not run marathons, but I walk farther than some people half my age. I may not lift weights, but I lift my own groceries and kneel in the garden to pull weeds. I may not have perfect hearing or vision, but I have clarity of purpose, and that's what gives me the will to stay well. Health isn't about perfection. It's about the little choices we make every day, the meals we prepare, the thoughts we think, the movement we do, and the connections we nurture. These small daily practices are what helped me reach 90 not just alive, but thriving. So, if you've ever felt discouraged by your age, or if you've resigned yourself to feeling tired, forgetful, or frail, I hope this gives you new hope. Because the truth is, you can still build a healthier future for yourself starting now. In the next section, I'll dive into the 4 habits that have guided me and kept me strong, happy, and yes, still driving at 90. I'll explain why each one matters, how I apply it in my daily routine, and how you can too. You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one habit and let it become a stepping stone to the next. And one more thing before we move on. If this story so far has encouraged you, inspired you, or reminded you of someone you care about, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe for more senior wellness tips like this. And I'd love to hear your story too. Leave a comment and let us know. What's one healthy habit you've kept up that's helped you thrive? Now let's explore the heart of this story, the 4 simple habits that I believe are the true reason I've stayed well and mobile into my 90s. These aren't theories, they're lived experience. And if I can do it, you can too. As promised, here are the 4 habits that I've followed consistently over the last 25 years. Habits that I believe are the key reasons I haven't been sick, still drive my own car, and live with vitality well into my 90s. These habits aren't complicated, but they are powerful. I truly believe that anyone at any age can adopt at least one or more of these practices and begin to feel the benefits in body, mind, and spirit. If you're enjoying this and want more real-life senior health tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more amazing people like you. Habit number 1, daily purposeful movement. No excuses. If there's one thing I can credit for my strong immune system, steady energy, and independent mobility, it's daily movement. Now, I'm not talking about heavy workouts or hitting the gym. I've never owned a treadmill or lifted a barbell. But I've moved my body intentionally every single day since my early 60s. My routine includes walking around the neighborhood every morning for at least 30 minutes. When the weather doesn't cooperate, I walk inside the house, stretch in the living room, or even march in place while watching the news. I also garden at least once or twice a week. Digging, planting, and pulling weeds keeps my legs strong and my back flexible. Physical activity, especially for seniors, is more than just exercise. It's a lifeline. Moving daily supports cardiovascular health, keeps joints lubricated, boosts digestion, strengthens bones, and enhances balance. I've never had a serious fall or fracture, and I believe my muscle memory and mobility are big reasons why. I don't move because I'm trying to stay young. I move so I can feel young. When you move daily, your body doesn't stiffen up. Your lungs and heart stay efficient. Your muscles stay active. Even your immune system benefits. Studies show that consistent physical activity increases the circulation of white blood cells and helps your body fight infection. That could be a major reason I haven't had a cold, flu, or even seasonal allergies in 25 years. Most importantly, moving gives me a sense of control. When you're older, so much of your life starts to feel dictated by doctors, medications, or limitations. But movement, that's something you get to choose. It's empowering. It's grounding. It reminds your body and brain that you're still here, alive, present, and in charge. So whether it's walking, light yoga, dancing, or stretching, I urge every senior to make movement part of your daily routine. Not when you feel like it, every day. Your body thrives on consistency. It's never too late to start, and even 10 minutes of gentle stretching is better than nothing. The hardest part is getting started, but the reward is freedom. Habit number 2, a balanced whole foods diet that prioritizes immune support. I'm not a nutritionist, but I do know this. What you eat affects how you feel. I've never followed a strict diet or counted calories, but I've made conscious choices to eat fresh, whole, nutrient-rich foods that support my immune system and digestion. I firmly believe that's one reason why I haven't been sick in over 2 decades. My plate is usually filled with leafy greens, colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil and avocado. I drink plenty of water, I rarely consume processed snacks, and I keep sugar intake very low. I treat food as fuel, not just comfort or convenience. In my younger years, I struggled with stomach problems and fatigue, especially when I ate a lot of fried foods or sweets. After retiring, I began learning about how diet affects inflammation and immunity. That changed everything. I started cooking more at home, growing herbs and vegetables in my garden, and simplifying my meals to include fewer packaged ingredients. Your gut is your second brain. And it's also home to much of your immune system. When you eat whole foods, your gut stays balanced, your digestion improves, and your body is better prepared to defend against viruses and bacteria. I've heard too many seniors say that stomach problems, fatigue, or bloating are just part of aging. But more often than not, it's their diet that's causing the trouble. One other important part of my nutrition habit is moderation. I don't overeat. I eat slowly and stop when I'm full. This has helped me maintain a steady weight and avoid the chronic diseases that plague many seniors, such as diabetes and high blood pressure. I also take the time to enjoy my meals, sitting down without distractions, expressing gratitude, and listening to what my body needs. That connection to food has made a world of difference. To anyone reading this, you don't have to become a gourmet chef. Just start small. Replace sugary drinks with water, eat more vegetables, cook simple meals with ingredients you recognize, and listen to your body. It will tell you what feels good and what doesn't. If you're enjoying this and want more real-life senior health tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more amazing people like you. Habit number 3, mental engagement and lifelong learning. Keeping your body healthy is crucial, but it's only half the battle. Your brain needs regular exercise too. For me, staying mentally sharp has been just as important as staying physically fit. Every single day, I challenge my brain in some way. I read books, complete crosswords and puzzles, listen to audiobooks, or write in a journal. I attend community events, participate in senior discussion groups, and volunteer at the local library. I also teach Sunday school, something I've done for decades. These activities don't just stimulate my brain, they give me purpose. A mind that isn't engaged begins to shut down. I've seen it happen. Seniors who isolate themselves or stop challenging their brains tend to experience faster cognitive decline. But those who stay curious, creative, and socially connected often remain sharp for much longer. Learning is a gift, and I never take it for granted. I didn't stop growing when I turned 65. I just shifted my focus. I learned new recipes, new technologies, yes, I know how to text, and new ways of thinking. I believe my refusal to mentally stagnate has helped keep dementia, depression, and memory loss at bay. For anyone worried about losing your edge, keep your mind active. Read, write, learn, discuss, explore. Your brain thrives on novelty and engagement. Don't underestimate the power of keeping your curiosity alive. Habit number 4, positive social connections and a calm mind. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, I prioritize connection, both to people and to peace. I firmly believe that stress is one of the biggest silent killers of the elderly, and one of the best ways to combat stress is by building meaningful relationships and cultivating inner calm. I stay socially engaged with my church community, my grandchildren, and my neighbors. I call friends regularly and visit the senior center every week. Even short conversations with a store clerk or a passerby brighten my day. Connection is nourishment for the soul. But socializing isn't enough. I also nurture a calm, peaceful mind. I pray every morning. I sit in silence. I journal when I need clarity. I don't dwell on negativity, gossip, or the bad news that floods the TV. I protect my mental space like I protect my home, keeping it clean, safe, and open to good things. Stress weakens the immune system, raises blood pressure, disrupts sleep, and accelerates aging. Seniors who carry unresolved stress or loneliness often become sick more often. But those who have strong emotional support and practice mental stillness tend to recover faster, sleep better, and live longer. You don't need to be part of a big crowd to feel connected. Sometimes, a few meaningful relationships are all you need. If you're feeling isolated or overwhelmed, reach out to someone, a friend, a counselor, a local group, and take 5 or 10 minutes each day to simply breathe, reflect, or pray. It makes a huge difference. Together, these 4 habits, daily movement, whole food eating, mental engagement, and emotional wellness, have been the cornerstones of my health for the last 25 years. They're not complex, but they require intention. And with time, they become a rhythm, not a chore. I didn't wait until I felt sick to take care of myself. I acted early, stayed consistent, and reaped the rewards: freedom, clarity, and resilience. If you're enjoying this and want more real-life senior health tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more amazing people like you. In the final section, I'll tie everything together with a message of encouragement, because no matter where you are in your health journey, you have the power to write a new chapter. Stay tuned for the conclusion. When I tell people I'm 90 and still drive, still cook my meals, still garden, and haven't been sick in 25 years, they often respond with disbelief. They assume I have good genes or luck. But while genetics may play a small role, the truth is far simpler. I made choices. I built habits. I took my health seriously not because I was afraid of death, but because I wanted to live well while I was alive. And that, dear reader, is the message I want you to take away from this story. You have more control over your aging process than you might think. It's easy to believe that growing old means slowing down, becoming sick, or surrendering your independence. Society tends to portray aging as a steady decline into frailty and forgetfulness. But that doesn't have to be your story. Aging is a natural process. But decline? That's often the result of neglect, disconnection, and giving up too soon. I'm not perfect. I have my aches and pains. I don't move as fast as I once did, and I take time to rest more often. But I live with clarity, with strength, and with joy. And it's not because I found a secret cure or a magic pill. These habits, practiced consistently and with care, are what allow me to thrive in my 90s, and they're available to everyone, regardless of age, background, or past health. Now, if you're reading this and thinking, it's too late for me, I already have health issues, I want to challenge that belief. It's never too late to start making changes. The human body, even in its later years, is capable of incredible healing and adaptation. The brain can rewire itself, muscles can rebuild, digestion can improve, immunity can strengthen, but you have to give your body a chance. You have to support it, not sabotage it. And don't worry if you can't do everything at once. Start with one habit. Maybe it's taking a short walk after breakfast instead of going straight to the couch. Maybe it's swapping out soda for water. Maybe it's calling an old friend for a chat, or picking up a book instead of watching hours of TV. Small steps matter, especially when they're repeated daily. Another thing I've learned is that discipline brings freedom. Most people think the opposite, that routines or healthy habits feel restrictive. But in truth, my habits have freed me. I don't worry about medications, side effects, or frequent doctor visits. I don't rely on others to carry out basic tasks. I don't fear illness the way I used to. That kind of freedom is priceless, and it's built one choice at a time. Also, let me tell you this, you are not too old to change. I've met people in their 70s and 80s who took control of their lives, reversed chronic conditions, restored their energy, and rediscovered joy. Some started walking every morning. Some began learning a new language. Others joined social groups after years of isolation. Every one of them would tell you the same thing. It was worth it. So don't let your age be an excuse. Let it be your reason. You've come so far, lived so much life, overcome so many struggles. Why not use this chapter to create your best years yet? Why not treat your body with the love and respect it deserves? Why not wake up every morning knowing you're still writing your story? And it can be a vibrant, joyful, meaningful one. If you're enjoying this and want more real-life senior health tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more amazing people like you. And if you're already doing some of these things, wonderful. Keep going. Consistency is key. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself again and again in the small moments that add up to a full life. Before I go, let me share one last thought. When people hear that I haven't been sick in 25 years, they often ask, "What's your secret?" And I always smile and say, there is no secret. Just small, smart choices, made every day for a lifetime. If I can live like this at 90, so can you. Start today. Choose health, choose movement, choose peace, choose connection, choose curiosity, choose to believe that your best years might still be ahead, and then take the first step to make them real. You don't have to settle for just getting older. You can choose to get better, wiser, stronger, and more alive. After all, if I'm 90 and still driving, still laughing, still gardening, who's to say you can't? Here's to your health, your happiness, and the habits that will help you thrive. If you're enjoying this and want more real-life senior health tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more amazing people like